Hello there. I hope this message finds you well. From having just read the title, you might be wondering, what is there to think about when it comes to drone technology, other than just drone strikes for military use, right? But that's not quite the case. As a matter of fact, drones are currently very easily available, both for individuals and commercial institutions. Not only that, unmanned aerial flight has been part of our history ever since the Australians used it to attack Venice in 1842. Ian Shaw categorizes the history of U.S. modern drone technology development from that point onwards to three different main phases. The first of which is known as drones as a target phase. The second of which is known as drones as a sensors phase. And the third phase, which began in the early 2000s and is still with us today, is called the drones as a weapons phase. I hope to, with this video, demonstrate that we're approaching a fourth phase in drone technology evolution, which would constitute the use of drones for personal and commercial purposes. In any case, let's step outside to what would be the natural habitat for drones in order to get a better vantage point from which to discuss of potential advantages of personal and commercial use of drones. So the million-dollar question seems to be revolving around thinking of ways in which you and I can make use of drones, and how commercial institutions can make use of drones for decreased cost and increased efficiency. Well, this is simply not to be glossed over because there are numerous uses for drones both on the personal and commercial spheres. For instance, you can currently purchase a drone which could allow you to take awesome footage and amazing pictures of whatever activity, place, or event you fancy. If this video were to be shot using the drone camera, it'll look something like this. I bet it looks amazing, wouldn't you agree? Also, did you know that you could use drones to help you move light loads around the corner in your residence and help you see what you normally wouldn't be able to or would find very difficult to accomplish? That's right, you can. You don't even have to be walking to be making use of drones. You can enjoy its benefits while you're driving as well. On the commercial level, several companies have already tested out drone technology usage, namely Amazon, Domino's, and others who are directly involved in delivering products and services to their customers' residences. September was a huge turn around the corner for commercial drone usage because the FAA, for the first time, actually allowed 6 movie companies to use drones for their filming purposes. Additionally, drones can be used for a lot of civil and state uses, such as search and rescue missions, environmental conservation, crime reduction, and so on. And so if drones have the potential to be this useful to us then, why aren't they common enough? What's the problem with you and I using drones? And why haven't the commercial institutions that we interact with using drones to decrease costs, increase efficiency, and overall provide us with the same products and services for lower prices? Answering this question might be a bit heavy and covers a lot of complex issues currently at play. Simply put, however, we just don't have any laws to govern these types of drone usage. And so, a large amount of awareness is necessary if we are to move on with the matter. And we all have a role to play for that. The current legislative issues that are being faced by drone technology can mainly be divided into two different arenas of drone use, namely commercial and personal use of drones. With regards to commercial use of drones, they're currently banned by the FAA with a couple of exceptions made in the past year. Federal Aviation Administration, which is the government body in charge of aviation legislation, was actually tasked by Congress in 2013 to come up with official laws that treat commercial use of drones, with a deadline set at 2015. But recent reviews suggesting that that date might not be as concrete and set in stone as a lot of people might be thinking. With regards to personal use of drones, on the other hand, since there is no mandate that comes from the federal level, states have tried to fill in the gap by enacting state-specific legislation that treats drone laws within their borders. But the problem with this type of treatment for personal use of drones is that these laws are not uniform across the entire nation. And so that renders things a little bit problematic as people move around and try to use drones in different states. Possible solutions, then, are also going to come in twofold. The first of which would be to urge our representatives in office to make sure that the FAA actually completes this task handed to it by Congress on the deadline that it was assigned on. Another solution would also be then to gradually require the FAA to establish these foundational guidelines off of which these state-specific laws could be designed on. It is only through such means that we could all help in lending a hand in heading towards a future in which all of the benefits that I mentioned earlier and much more will be possible.